Greetings, Elderly Vegan here, and welcome to my third episode regarding the 12 hallmarks of aging and how to live a longer and healthier life by slowing down these classic hallmarks with a whole food, plant-based diet. In this third episode, the hallmark featured in this video involves either the switching on or the switching off of specific genes which have a direct bearing on how fast we age. And as with most of the 12 hallmarks of aging, there's usually a technical term for each hallmark, and this one is no exception. But for those overachievers out there, this hallmark is referred to as epigenetic alterations. The prefix epi literally means above, or in this case it refers to being in control of the genetic traits which we inherited. A common analogy is, the genes you inherit load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. Thus, positive lifestyle modifications, such as a whole food, plant-based diet, have the potential to either turn on or turn off specific genes we have inherited. But I probably also need to mention that this particular hallmark of aging can get really technical really fast, with an abundance of less than user-friendly terms and concepts. In fact, anyone interested in learning more about this particular hallmark of aging would soon discover that graduate-level courses in molecular biology and genetics would be incredibly helpful, if not essential, for understanding the technical nuances of epigenetic alterations. So, my goal is to present the big takeaways in the simplest terms possible, without even attempting to tell you how this is accomplished, as that is where the technical terms will surface, and even my watered-down version will probably be challenging enough. And in this regard, I'm going for the bottom line as to what are the best plant-based choices to include in your daily diet for tweaking individual genes with optimal health and longevity as the objective. As mentioned, our DNA code never changes, but there are indeed chemical markers which have the ability to select for specific genes, and this is where the concept of epigenetics comes in. But the problem is that these chemical markers accumulate errors over time, and as these errors accumulate, it leads to improper gene expression as we age. And improper gene expression has the potential to send you to the far shore before your time. So the objective is to switch on the genes which enhance longevity by protecting and repairing our cells, while switching off the genes which drive inflammation, promote premature cellular aging, and promote uncontrolled cell growth and disease progression. Okay, what I've just mentioned is a broad overview in the simplest terms possible. For example, consider the following health benefits as they relate to selectively taking control of specific genes, and these benefits include increased burning of fat, increased energy production, immune system support, reducing inflammation, help with blood sugar control, lowering cholesterol production in your liver, and promoting tissue repair are all of the potential benefits associated with just 4 foods: oats, barley, nutritional yeast, and mushrooms. Curiously, all 4 of these foods have something in common. Each one is a premier source for a type of soluble fiber known as beta-glucan. Yet the exact subtype of beta-glucan differs slightly from that which is found in oatmeal and barley, from the type that's found in nutritional yeast and mushrooms. And as such, to achieve all of the health benefits I just mentioned, one would need to include both subtypes of beta-glucan. So, if just 4 foods have this ability, you could imagine the health benefits you would derive from an entire shopping cart full of whole food, plant-based items. According to research, it looks like you can also add these following foods to your shopping cart with regard to maximizing health-promoting gene expression: spinach, Swiss chard, lettuce, beets, radishes, and carrots, onions, tomatoes, and bell peppers, edamame, tempeh, and tofu, lentils, black beans, and chickpeas, kidney beans, green peas, and pinto beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage and kale, quinoa, amaranth, and brown rice, wild rice, wheat germ, and buckwheat, blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, cranberries, pomegranates, and grapes, oranges, lemons, and grapefruit, apples, walnuts, and Brazil nuts, sesame seeds, flax seeds, and chia seeds, extra virgin olive oil, pumpkin seed oil, cacao powder, green tea, and oolong tea, and spices like turmeric, rosemary, ginger, garlic, and cinnamon. Oh, I forgot to mention seaweed. It too apparently has the ability to positively influence the genes we inherited. But then again, I suspect my list is woefully incomplete. And if that's not a testimonial to the health benefits of a whole food, plant-based diet, I don't know what is. And it might be worth mentioning that caloric restriction triggers responses that delay aging by activating longevity genes, while regular physical activity is associated with positively influencing this hallmark of aging by upregulating beneficial genes while repressing disease-associated genes, according to the National Institutes of Health. Finally, I might also mention what not to add to your shopping cart if the objective is to maximize a health-promoting gene expression. Looks like the research is clear. You should stay away from foods high in saturated fat found in red meat and high-fat dairy, along with fried foods, added sugars, high fructose corn syrup, sugary beverages, foods cooked at high temperatures, alcohol, and of course, the gigantic food category of our time, the ultra-processed foods in general. Regrettably, if optimal health and longevity are of any priority whatsoever, one will have to take personal responsibility in this regard. As American novelist Wendell Berry sums it up perfectly in his statement, "People are fed by the food industry, which pays no attention to health, and are treated by the health industry, which pays no attention to food." To your good health, the Elderly Vegan.